Does it happen to you that when you decide to dedicate a few hours to study and start to stare at your book, you suddenly lose steam, lose interest, and lose sight of what you truly wanted to complete, only to abandon your studies midway? Or worse, you don't even have the energy to start and you keep it pending forever for no reasons at all? Or are you one of those students who wish that someone comes and gives you that little nudge to start studying or start working on a project? It is okay to seek that little push from someone. However, if you are always wanting someone to keep nudging you, then what you lack is self-motivation to do things, be it studying, working, or completing your tasks on time. Hi there, I am Latha, an International Coaching Federation certified success coach and an NLP master practitioner. And in this video, I will tell you why most of the students lack the motivation to study and how you can learn simple ways to overcome this issue and transform yourself to becoming a highly motivated student so you can achieve your goals with ease. And before we proceed, subscribe to our channel, simple as that, so you can get all the knowledge required to make your school or college life a lot easier. As a student, you could have a lot of external influences that can take your mind away from your studies. And when it comes to losing the motivation to study, parents have an active role. Most parents believe that studying for extended period of time is the only way to achieve better results. And some parents never stop comparing their children with other children or with themselves. Constant comparison as to how they did things in their days, how focused they were on their studies, how they sat to study immediately after coming home, how their friends were so much better than your friends, how much of focus they had on their studies, how someone else your age is so much more focused, how they never stepped out of their room during study time, how much they valued coming first in their exams, etc., etc. And this list of comparisons can go on and on. Always belittling their children's effort and raising the bar higher and higher results in their children getting demotivated. The sensitive age at which you are, if all that you get to hear are negative comments from your parents, I can only imagine how difficult it would become for you to put your efforts into your studies. Don't mistake me, this is not a blame game on the parents. All that they want is the best for you, but constant comparisons will lead to you losing interest in your studies. Now, from parents to teachers. Your teachers can be a major source of stress and demotivation. Some get judgmental about your abilities, while some disregard students just because they are not as good as most students in the class, and some make the least effort to interact with students whom they dislike. I have seen teachers who would not let an opportunity go by to humiliate students just because they dislike the students. And some teachers completely avoid students who are unwilling to show interest in studies, whereas these are the students who need the most attention from them. Constant negative experiences with the teachers will only lead to the students hating their subjects. One look at the book and they would get reminded of the bad teacher than what the teacher taught. And so, teachers play an active role in making students highly motivated towards their studies or to become highly demotivated towards their studies. And the last, but one of the biggest demotivators could be your friends. If they are the kind of people who are not very focused on their studies, if they are the kind of friends who think of getting into unconventional but high-paying jobs to earn a living, and they believe that studies are of no use, then you need to be careful because they are taking you farther away from your studies. And to add to all this, if the pressure of dealing with everyone's expectations becomes too much for you to handle, you would just begin to hate the sight of books and the thought of studies. So, here is how you can go about changing your mindset and building your motivation towards studies so you can pass with flying colors. The first step towards getting motivated to study is to recognize the value of having a good education and the wonders it can do to your life. As a student, it is very important that you understand the importance of getting good education. The value of good education is like a passport that has the power to take you to places and to transform you into a very successful individual. And let this journey not be cut short because of a bad teacher or a bad school. You need to overcome all this, and you will be able to when you realize that education is what is going to make your life better. The sheer thought of having a great life should drive your focus only towards completion of your education. Some degrees from reputed institutions can open doors to a career that other people can only dream of. Even if you're not interested in a standard job, the knowledge that you would gain at such places will be irreplaceable. No matter what your choice is, the knowledge you gain is what is most important. The knowledge you gain is what will make all the difference when you move further in your life. Now, I have an entire video dedicated to the importance of gaining knowledge, and the link is in the description below. Now, the reason why I am insisting that you understand the value of a good education is because once you understand the value of a good education, that would serve as the biggest piece of motivation that you would need to keep you going. The next thing is to break your study plan into what needs to be completed and by when, and take one step at a time. When you start off, it is important that you do not push yourself too hard too fast. Break your study plan into what needs to be completed and by when. It is highly important that you take one step at a time. Instead of trying to devour an entire book, break it down into small pieces and then study. Do not think of anything else while studying and stay focused. The more focused you are, the easier it is to understand and absorb all the information. There is an entire video I have created, and the link is in the description below, and this video will help you as to how you can do this. Now, when you break a large amount of studies into smaller daily tasks, they tend to seem far easier and far less complicated. This approach will help you set clearer, achievable targets, and this will help you complete one topic after another. And when you have a clear target in mind, you are a lot less confused as to what, when, and how to complete your studies. Also, while studying, focus only on studying, and while working, focus only on work. Do not think beyond what you're doing. Until you complete the topic or the subject, your thoughts should not wander anywhere. So, when I say take smaller steps, it means one step at a time and not stopping until you lead every step to a successful completion. My video on time management sheds light on how you can make a good plan, a good schedule, and how to adhere, and also how you can successfully achieve your plan. Next thing, if you want to be motivated enough to study, Always believe that your efforts will give you the desired results you seek. Now, there is a possibility that sometimes, even though we put so much of effort to be successful at something, things could not have worked in our favor. I am sure every single one of us has faced this sometime or the other in our life. But based on a few situations where the results were not favoring us, and to completely get demotivated is not the right thing at all. As a student, stop going back and forth to situations where your efforts did not fetch you the results. Have an open mind to accept that either the efforts were not enough or you were putting efforts in the wrong direction, which led to disappointing results. Nothing can be achieved in this world without appropriate efforts. If you are not willing to put the effort to get out of your negative mindset, you will not be able to get good grades. So, start looking at the times where a little effort from your end led to amazing results. Focus more on such situations and use this as a motivation instead. Everything goes back to the way you think. You can always say the glass is half empty, or you can always say the glass is half full. So, it is high time you start believing that results are always going to be based on the amount of effort someone puts towards achieving it. The next most important thing, avoid the blame game. When you lack the motivation to study or complete a task, the easiest thing to do is to look for someone else to take the blame. Finding someone or something to be the fall guy for your inability to study is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Blaming someone else is never a solution to anything, and your blame makes no difference to the person that you are blaming. Remember, it is your responsibility to study and not someone else's. If you get good grades, it is you who is going to be successful and not anyone else. So, learn to take accountability for your studies. If something did not work as per plan, then just accept that it was bad planning or bad execution of the plan. And then figure out what went wrong and how you can make it work and start over. Look at how you can complete your studies with the best possible outcome, which is to gain as much knowledge as possible and work towards it. And if something is not working as per plan, go ahead, figure out the problem and find a solution to fix it. The next thing, do not compare yourself with others. If you keep looking at someone else's life and wished your life was easier like theirs, then you are very wrong. The grass on the other side is always greener. You first need to know that challenges are a part of everyone's life. And if you want to be successful, then you need to learn to overlook these challenges and start focusing on what you want to achieve. Though this is not as easy as you think, it is certainly doable. What should matter to you is only your life and not someone else's. Let them be what or who they are and you be yourself. This is the life you have been granted, so learn to accept it and do everything possible to overcome your challenges. Never compare yourself with anyone, not your friends, your neighbors, or your acquaintances. Do not look at their life and say how lucky, how blessed, no worries, everyone likes them, they have a smooth life, supporting parents, etc. The more you compare, the more demotivated you will become, and this is not going to add any value to your life whatsoever. The more you learn to wade through your troubles, the stronger you will become. Every success you face will make you more and more confident about yourself. This confidence will help you become a highly motivated individual, and so do not compare yourself with others. Another way to be self-motivated is to focus on your positives and on all the things that are going right. See, no one is perfect. And what is also true that everyone is also good at something or the other. When you're feeling low, it is very easy to look at all the things that are not going right. And focusing only on the things that are not going right and failing to see the many things that are going right will get you demotivated. You might be great at doing so many things that the others might not be capable of. So, start paying attention to those skills because that is what makes you the person that you are. And always look at the positive aspects of life. This will make you realize you do have the capability of achieving things and it is not all doom and gloom. This will give you the energy and motivation that you need. Use this motivated state of yours while studying, working on your chores, doing your projects, etc. Bottom line, always focus on your positives and then see how differently you will start to look at things. The next most important thing is to start appreciating yourself and then see how motivated you become. Beginning to appreciate yourself is one of the practices you could build on when you want to stay motivated. Always look at yourself from the perspective of the amount of progress that you have made. You should always compare yourself with the person you were a few weeks, days or years back. Not with someone else, not with someone who you think is better than you, not with someone you think is worse than you. These comparisons will not get you anywhere. Instead, compare yourself with the progress you have made over a period of time. How well you have mastered things, how well you have been able to cope with things, how learned you have become, how well you have been working on things, how disciplined you have become, etc. When you see how far you have come, you should feel proud of yourself and most importantly, you should learn to appreciate yourself. Before thinking how much further you have left to go or how much more you need to improve, acknowledge your progress and appreciate the fact that you have put in all the effort to get to where you are today. This will also help you build a very positive mindset and it will keep you motivated to keep up your efforts. Another most important thing that will help you stay motivated is to learn to ignore what is not useful to you. All through our everyday lives, many things are of absolutely no use to us. For example, friends who always complain about something or the other, and people who are so talented that they can find something wrong in almost everything and everyone. Right from the number of study materials to the way the teacher teaches you the subject to the teacher's accent, some students have the habit of complaining about everything. You will also come across individuals who will constantly feed negative thoughts into your head or constantly compare you with someone else. People who will constantly interfere, giving their opinion, telling you what you're doing is of no use or it is not the right approach. Frequent interactions with such people will lead you to a lot of negative thoughts in turn, impacting your motivation to achieve your goal. So, learn to develop the habit of filtering things and learn to ignore what is of no importance. You are the one who should decide and make the choice, not someone else. So, learn to ignore and learn to keep all such unwanted thoughts out of your mind. Always stay focused and give attention only to those things that would help you in achieving your goal. So, here you go. These are some of my learnings on how to stay motivated, and I am sure these would help you too in staying motivated so you can achieve your goals. If you need any help with specific issues, I can help you on a one-on-one basis, or if you have a bunch of friends facing similar problems, I can also conduct a group coaching session to set you on your path to achieve your goals in your life. The contact link is in the description below. Thank you for watching and tell me what do you think about this video in the comment section. And as always, remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Simple as that.